Hello, welcome to Bad at Board Games. So I kind of want to just give a side view of why do I do these. I just don't want you to have to overpay for these. I don't want you to get sucked into the hype of these, make sure that you can, all those kinds of things, right? So just remember, I am coming at these Kickstarters from a standpoint of, yes, there's a lot of FOMO. I'm not backing all of them. I do back some. And, when they get to be big, I just kind of want to talk about them, whether I'm interested in them or not. But, it's really in a place to potentially help you either make a decision by giving you a little bit more detail or pull you off the ledge. So you're just, not spending money that, maybe we need to spend somewhere else, or we can get games that we can buy right now instead of getting games that we'll get in a year. Because just remember, we are giving them a loan, and it's nice to be able to help companies, but some of these companies, like Roxley, these are coming to retail. It's not the indie gamers that need your help. So just understand, the reason I do these is to be helpful, and hopefully you find some sliver of help in these, and, watch other people when you look at Kickstarters to be able to make the best decision for you. Today, we're going to be looking at the new hotness on Kickstarter. We've got Santorini, and it's already made $579,000, and it's only been out like a day, I think. It's doing incredibly well. It's by Roxley Games. It's 1 to 4 players, and they bring in a co-op version of this now. And then they also have a new expansion and some upgraded components. So stick around, let's take a look and find out at the end, am I backing this or not? So we have 13 days to go. This is going to be a quick campaign. And that's partly when they know they kind of have a hot product. They don't want to give you a long time to think about it. So they're not worried about hitting their goal, I would say. And Roxley makes some great components. I mean, almost any game I've had of theirs, regardless of price ranges, always seems to be of good quality. So I feel like you're getting something there. You can now get a 3D island that's going to pick it up and off the board for price. And then we have this Pantheon Edition, which I was talking about, the 3D island frame, remastered buildings and workers. All those sculpts and everything, they're gonna look nice for what they are. It's that cartoonish kind of miniature and the typical buildings that come in the first game. An abundance of new gods. So they have new gods, new abilities, new ways that you're gonna chain. And they have storage available. And the ocean board they're gonna make a little bit bigger. Now this all seems really big, but it's really tiny, and we'll get down to a picture which kind of shows you size so that you don't get too thinking that this is going to be something really big on your table. Then we have this new Riddle of the Sphinx, and they say this is can be multiplayer. I kind of look at this Riddles of the Sphinx to be more of a solo play kind of thing, at least how I think I would use this. And it's got a 3-dimensional book that's thermal formed, and you're going to have places, all your stuff in certain places, and then you'll bring your buildings and bridges and miniatures, trying to make setup easier. I'm always, when I start looking at how long it takes me to set things up when they're trying to make it easier on me, yeah, it's not a whole bunch of things in a bunch of little baggies, so it is a little bit easier. You get to open the map in the book to this, but you're still putting out the chits and you're still gathering things in different spots. So I think it's just hard to make table setup sometimes easy. But you can play 4 players on the Sphinx, and Boardgame Geek has a nice little video on this if you're interested in how the puzzle works. It's it's a solo, to me it's a solo puzzle, and that's why I think I would prefer to play it solo versus doing it cooperatively, where you're trying to go out and collect these coins that are on the map. But everybody has different ways in how they like to play co-op. But I do think this would be a fun little solo puzzle if you like Santorini. They have an adventure mode, so you're kind of filling out pages on this book. So as you're doing the Sphinx and the kind of mini campaign thing, right? But you can just go and play something and pick different difficulties of the puzzle that you want to play. And then, so here's the picture. See the lady and the cat and the table, right? I mean, like, so this thing is probably 12 inches by 12 inches. It's tiny, right? So just realize that this is not a large game. For those of you who haven't played Santorini, it's just a small little puzzle that you're gonna be sitting in front of. And it is very easy to learn. You move your person, you build, and you get a god card. And if you can't move or build, you lose or you're out, right? Until the last person is in the game. Or if you're the first person to the top of a 3-size tower, then you win the game that way as well. And sounds easy, but I'm sure becomes a lot more difficult as you move around and try different things, right? Got different gods. The gods let you chain things or get extra buildings, and you'll be selecting those. And it's a good looking game. You know, kind of the art reminds me of I'm betting it's the same designer that did Dice Throne. You know, it's that same cartoonish look in the 3D mat that they've got here that they're showing. So very a la Dice Throne artwork. And this is showing you the objective map from the Sphinx one. We've got Man versus Meeple. So this is kind of where they break down what you're getting in this kit. So you've got the Pantheon Deluxe Edition, and so that's right here on the right. So if you already have this and you want to upgrade, now it's $65 US. It does not include the cliff pedestal, that 3-dimensional thing that lifts the board off of the board, essentially. So be aware of that. I apologize. The Pantheon Deluxe Edition does do that. It's the upgrade kit over here on the right. So the $49 does not come with the upgraded part. So if you want the deluxe, we've got the $65, and then the Riddle of the Sphinx, that book, it's $49. And you can upgrade these with like a PVC card. So instead of having the paper cards, you can get like a PVC plastic, so you don't have to sleeve it, they're saying. They said they've been designing this for a while, and they shuffle, and you don't have to worry about ripping and tearing the cards and protecting them. So you can actually enjoy cards without sleeving is the selling point, and that's another $9. So the Pantheon Edition, which is $65, comes with the 3D island frame, the cliff pedestal, the oversized ocean board, which is still not very big, and your trays to help you set things up faster. And then you got new gods, nice artwork, and you've got a few extra items that come with this. So, and you'll be taking all your gods out of an easy grab and go box. So, they're going to have 4-pack expansions, and that's probably part of the Kickstarter unlock items. And then each mode they have 12 different game styles, cards, objectives that you can play. The rule sheet, I've read the rule sheet. Like I said, it's pretty easy. I may not have gotten it 100% right, but it's move, build. And if you can't move or build, then you're out. And then if you're the first person to the top, you automatically win the game. So that's the puzzle as you're playing between multiple people. unique dome variants. They put some texture in the mold. Sorry, I think that's kind of funny. So they have made them look nicer, right? So they're putting a little bit more effort into the plastic molds, so the domes look have some texture to them, and they're putting some texture in the buildings themselves. So they're going to look a little nicer. I think the miniatures are cute. Like I said, Roxley makes nice stuff. I've always been pleasantly surprised with the quality of their items, even for at whatever price, really. The Riddle of Sphinx, I think, looks neat. It's $49. And like I said, you've got this, it's kind of like a plastic book. It's thermoformed, hinged. That may or may not be nice. It may kind of be a little bit awkward. But as long as you have a place to open it up, I can't remember. I feel like there's things like kind of almost like when you were a kid and you're opening up like a craft book or something like that. That's kind of what this gives me the vibes of. It's going to have a magnetic clasp to put on the box. So they've got a nice little box here. And then the book itself is a spiral bound a la Lion something. Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. And then you'll open it up and you'll have your puzzle and go through that. So this adventure book, like I said, this is just something that you can mark to be able to like go out through the game and unlock the puzzles and the different gods in the different areas. And I'm sure they'll ratchet up the difficulty as you go through it. And you've got the co-op mode as well in that puzzle. And here's the rule sheet. It's like it does take like 30, 40 seconds. So if you want an easy game to learn, or if you're trying to find something, for your spouse or your kids, and I would say it will easily play down to 8. So it's like 8 and up. Not difficult, cute. But it's going to be one of those like, how easy will it be for them to, get the right chaining and things like that so that they can win. That's always the caveat, so to speak. And then I don't watch Board Game Geek very often, but he has seriously upped his game this time. He's got like a full studio looking background. He's got this TV. I'm not sure if it's a TV or if it's a green screen, and then he's just able to put something on it to make it seem like it's TV because there's no flicker or anything. But this setup, and I know he's kind of with Board Game Geek, but I don't know if like this is a Board Game Geek studio or if this is just his, somewhere in his house or basement or whatever. But whatever he did here, it's slick. It's like the professional news going on here. So bravo to him. But he does a nice job of talking about the Sphinx Edition. So if you wanted to quickly understand how to play that, he walks through a scenario of that. And it's not too bad. And then you got Rado, which is a hype man, and he'll always tell you the games are good. I've yet to see him do one that's bad. So just realize that the marketing behind these things, they go to different creators to be like here's the how to play person, here's, watch it play, here's the hype person, Quackalope and Rado, and, these different people, or, if they just have a lot, Dice Tower is always going to get one of these because they have 350,000 subscribers, things like that. So you can kind of see, obviously, if you're watching me, you're already watch all those, but just remember that it's a marketing campaign. They're trying to get you hyped up. And then you got the upgrade kit. So just to remember, if you have Santorini and you want the upgrades, you're still not getting that little island platform. Now you're getting about everything else. Some cards, the plastic, grid, and the bigger island board. But for some reason you're not getting that. So I thought that was kind of strange. Kind of odd, interesting they have Rado twice. But and here's the cards that they're talking about. Now, if you want this in any of the editions, you'll be paying the extra $9 for that. Just be aware. And then if you do have somebody that's interested in this, you can, and I don't see this too often in Kickstarters really, where you get a discount if you bundle things together. Now you might be able to bundle things together and save on shipping as well. But I think that's kind of cool. Although if you and your buddy are getting it, now you're gonna play it with two separate families, right? That might be worth it, or it's just gonna be you and your buddy playing it all the time. So now you have an extra copy you're not using. Kind of nice that they're just unlocking different things every day, so it's not based on how much money they're going to have. They're just going to reveal something new every day, so it's part of the whole Kickstarter. And let's go down to shipping. Well, they say it's discounted, so here's my caveat to that. I'm going to click over here to Amazon. So right now, if you want this game, you can get this for $40, and I would say you can see that the miniatures look a little bit better in the new one. You can see that the buildings look a little bit more detailed in the new one. However, it is $40 for this game. So you can get it right now. You don't have to wait a year. And they're saying that this is 20% off. I think you'll probably end up seeing this for $40 on Amazon, shortly after it arrives. So always be wary of that. Now, they do have the deluxe components, and they're saying the deluxe components will not make it to retail. So that is a reason to back this. And then they are guaranteeing, or they're saying that you're going to be able to get this before everybody else. So before it hits retail, you as the backers will be able to get this. And I think this is nice. I know a lot of people complain about, and even me, it's kind of like, we helped you, you feel like you helped support them and get this to the, make it a reality, right? And then to see it at the retail before you're able to get it is just kind of like, I understand it's easier to get to retail because they have more and you just ship them pallets and then they ship it to different areas, but it's kind of one of those like, all right, or they make you pay more to get it early. So there's that. And they're just being honest. Hey, if you fund it now, you're helping us bring this game to life. So they're definitely funded. They're going to be over $500,000 easily. It'll be interesting to see if it's going to make it to $1 million or not. And they're saying it'll be to you in a year. So I haven't backed a Roxley game, so I don't know how realistic that is, but they're saying a year. I always like to caution, bet on a year and a half, and then if it's a smaller company, year and a half to 2 years. So just be aware. You almost have to get it and forget it, and then hope you're excited about it as when you got in here. Shipping, they're saying $9 to the US, and then that does not include Canada. Canada is going to be $14, so or 19 Canadian, which can be a bit steep, but all in all, I think those are decent prices if they hold true. Found the upgrade kit, so they are saying for $49 US. Everything in this picture does not include the cliff pedestal, doesn't include the new worker miniatures, or the remastered towers. So you are not getting the injection molded components. You're getting a box, trays, cards, cardboard coins, and then a plastic grid to put the buildings on. And that does look three-dimensional from the pictures I've seen. And then you get the hive on board. So kind of an upgrade kit, but you're just not going to get a lot of the, I was thinking you're going to get the injection molded pieces. You are not. But that's $49 plus $9 shipping. The Sphinx kit is $49 plus $9 US. So you're talking about $60 in for this, which I think that seems expensive for this. But it's going to be decent quality and it's going to look nice. So it really depends on, do you want to spend $60 for a solo game? I still feel it's a solo game, and it is co-op as well. But that's going to be, everybody's going to have to choose their own path on this one to kind of determine, what kind of puzzle game are you looking at? And this really is a puzzle game. It's kind of like you're going out and you're trying to collect these coins to, complete the riddle of the Sphinx. Pantheon Edition. This is where you finally get the little cliff pedestal and the 3D island frame and the oversized board, and you get the base tray and the large buildings, and you get the game trays. They're thermoformed easy grab building trays. New god upgrades and all the stuff. So this is where it's happening, really. You have $65 US for all of this, and then $9 shipping, and the different play modes. And this is the meat and potatoes of. I know it's you've got the Sphinx thing is the new thing, but if you're wanting to deluxify your Santorini and get a few extra things and have things that look a little bit better, this is the kit that you're looking for. So that's 65 plus 9, $75 for this. And I don't think that's a bad deal. I mean, I think the thing you kind of have to watch for is, this is cool if you love Santorini. It's like anything. Once you I like Great Western Trail. I like Great Western Trail Argentina. I'm probably going to like the next Great Western Trail. Like, you start just enjoying whatever it is about that mechanic that you enjoy so much. Castles of Burgundy. I went almost all in on Castles of Burgundy. It's the same thing here. I would say if you haven't played it, you might want to play it before you just jump in and spend this much money on it. But if you like it and you want now just some deluxe things and you're going to enjoy it a year from now, then this is going to be right up your alley, right? I think it's a neat puzzle. I think for me, I would rather play Hive, which is just a 2-player, abstract. You're moving things around. It's nothing like this, but for me, Hive is like $20 or $30. I would rather play that with Toph than this as a 2-player kind of thing. And I don't have younger kids, so the miniatures and the puzzle isn't really going to suck my kids into this kind of game. So I am not going to be backing this. Now, I think overall, the prices of what they're giving you is pretty good. I think it'll be cheaper at retail. Kind of like when you look at, and I'm going to click over here again, you can get the current Santorini for $39. And, that may vary. And Roxley is a bit more, locked in on their prices sometimes, but I think you'll end up seeing this cheaper. So for the value of these, even all of these games, I think the value is probably sitting around a 4 out of 5. I think it's good components. I think what you're getting is decent. I personally think it's a little bit too much. I think the $40 version you can get on Amazon is probably priced correctly. But, this is a Kickstarter. It's still more on the retail side. You're going to be able to get some deluxe components that you can't get at retail. You'll have to pay secondhand if you're interested in something like this. This is a lighter game. They've got a nice solo puzzle now. They've got a cooperative mode. These are things that I know a lot of the community enjoy, right? Co-ops are especially nice if you have kids, because you're then working together instead of everybody arguing. I love co-ops for almost any kids, except mine. They like to argue and fight each other. Or just win against each other. How's that? But I think co-ops are very nice for families. It's a great way to get people into board games that may not enjoy them at all. But I would say almost any of these, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 on the value. I think you're getting getting something for it. But if you've never played it, I would probably still recommend go check out the $39 version, or I'm not sure if they have an online version of this or an app, but I would look at that first before jumping into this and seeing if it's a puzzle that you might be interested in. So just remember, no matter how you play, whether it's solo, with family, or friends, enjoy what you are bringing to the table. Have a great night.